In this video, we are starting the chapter on fundamental theorem of finite abelian groups. We begin with defining the external direct product of groups. So let H and K be two groups. H cross K, let us denote this by G, is simply the cross product of these two groups as a set. So H cross K consists of these tuples H comma K, where H is coming from H and K is coming from K. Now let us make this G a group. To make it a group, we first have to define a binary operation on it. So take two elements from H cross K. One is H1 K1 and other one is H2 K2. So we define their product as follows. So H1 K1 into H2 K2 is simply equal to H1 H2 K1 K2. Now we can check that under this operation G becomes a group. The associative law follows. You can check the element 1 1 is the identity of this group, and inverse of HK will be H inverse K inverse, because if we multiply these two we will get 1 1. So under this operation H cross K becomes a group, and G, which is H cross K, is called an external direct product of H and K. Let us consider this example. In this example, we are taking the group U3. U3 consists of positive integers which are less than 3 and co-prime to 3. So it consists of two integers 1 and 2. U3 is a cyclic group of order 2 generated by 2. Now if we take the cross product of U3 with itself, then we get these four elements 1 1, 1 2, 2 1 and 2 2. So U3 cross U3 is a group of order 4. U3 is a cyclic group of order 2. Now let us check what are the orders of U3 cross U3 elements. So 1 1 is the identity of U3 cross U3. So order of 1 1 is 1. If we multiply 1 2 with itself, so 1 2 times 1 2 we get 1 4, but modulo 3 4 is 1, so it is 1 1. So this implies order of 1 2 is 2. Similarly, you can check that order of 2 1 and order of 2 2 is also 2. So all the elements in U3 cross U3 are of order 4 to order 2. No element is of order 4. So this U3 cross U3 is called Klein 4 group or simply 4 group. It is denoted by K4 or V. So starting with U3, we have obtained a new group U3 cross U3. So this is how external direct product helps us. It helps us to find new groups from the old ones. So starting with two groups H and K, we obtained their external direct product G. Now let us see this external direct product in some detail. Consider the subset H cross 1 of G. In H cross 1 we have the second coordinate as 1 always. We can check that this H cross 1 is a normal subgroup of G, and similarly this subset 1 cross K, in this we have first coordinate always 1. This is also a normal subgroup of G. Another thing is that if we take any element of G, Hk, then we can write Hk as a product of one element of H cross 1 and an element of 1 cross k. And we can also check that this expression is unique. So G becomes product of these two subgroups, normal subgroups, H cross 1 and 1 cross k. So starting with two groups H and K, we defined their product H cross K and we obtained a new group G. And starting with G now, we have decomposed G into two groups. One is H cross 1 and other one is 1 cross K. So this is a kind of reverse process. One process is that start with two groups and obtain a new group, and the reverse process is that start with a group and break it into two subgroups. Now this breakage of G into two groups H cross 1 and 1 cross K has further properties. If we take an element HK from the intersection of these two H cross 1 and 1 cross K, then if Hk belongs to H cross 1, then K should be 1, and if Hk belongs to 1 cross K, then H should be 1. So that means the intersection of these two is simply 1 1, contains only the identity element of G. So we have broken G into two subgroups H cross 1 and 1 cross K, both are normal in G and also their intersection is identity. Motivated by this observation, we define the internal direct product of a group. So let G be a group and H and K be two subgroups of G. We say that G is the internal direct product of H and K if H and K both are normal in G, and G is the product of these two HK, and the intersection of these two groups H and K is 1. Recall that HK is simply the set of these type of elements H times K, where H is in H and K is in K. And also recall the result that HK is a subgroup of G if and only if HK is KH, and also HK is a subgroup of G if H is normal in G or K is normal in G. If one of H and K becomes normal, even then HK becomes a subgroup of G. Now let us understand this definition with this example. We are we have taken here a cyclic group of order 6 G. It is generated by A, so it consists of these 6 elements A square, A cube, A4, A5 and A to the power 6 becomes 1. Let us take these two subgroups of G. H is A cube and 1 and K contains these three elements A square, A4 and 1. Notice that H is generated by A cube, so it's a cyclic group of order 2, and K is generated by A square and is a cyclic group of order 3. Since G is cyclic, so it is abelian also, so that means H and K are normal subgroups of G. In a abelian group, all subgroups are normal. And also notice that H intersection K is simply 1. So only thing remains to show, if we want to show that G is the internal direct product of H and K, we have to show that G is the product of these two HK. Now what is HK? How we obtain HK? We multiply the elements of H by the elements of K. So let us fix A cube as an element of H. So we shall multiply A cube with all the elements of K. So we will get A cube into A square, A cube, A4 and A cube. Then we pick the another element 1 from H and we multiply the elements of k with this one. So multiplying with 1 we get the same elements, so we will get a square a4 1, a cube a square is a5, a cube a4 is a7, so that means a, this is a cube a square a4 and 1. So notice that this becomes equal to g. So we have broken g into two subgroups h and k. Both are normal in g and their product is equal to g and their intersection is 1. So that means g is the internal direct product of h and k. In the example, we started with C6 and broke it into two parts, C2 and C3. Now let us do the reverse process. We start with two groups C2 and C3. C2 is a cyclic group of order 2 and C3 is a cyclic group of order 3. So C2 we are taking generated by A, its elements are A and 1, and C3 is generated by B, its elements are B, B square and 1. Now let us find their cross product now. So C2 cross C3 consists of these six elements AB, AB square, A1, 1B, 1B square, 1, 1. Now let us find the order of this element AB. AB square becomes A square B square. A square is 1 and B square is B square. So this element becomes 1B square. AB cube, similarly you can check, it becomes A1. AB raised to power 4 becomes 1B, and AB raised to power 5 becomes AB square, and AB6 becomes 1, 1. So order of this element AB is exactly 6, and so C2 cross C3 is also of order 6. So C2 cross C3 is a cyclic group of order 6 generated by AB. So when we started with C6 and broke it into two parts, the two parts were cyclic group of order 3 and cyclic group of order 2. And if we do the reverse process, that means we start with C2 and C3, then we get in their cross product as a cyclic group of order 6, that is simply C6. So in this sense there is no difference between external direct product and internal direct product. We can generalize the concept of internal direct product and external direct product to any finite number of factors. So if we have n groups h1, h2, hn, and G is the cross product of these n groups, then we define h1, h2, hn times h1 dash, h2 dash, hn dash to be equal to h1, h1 dash, h2, h2 dash, and so on up to hn, hn dash. With this composition, G becomes a group and is called the external direct product of h1, h2, hn. Similarly, if we have n subgroups h1, h2, hn of a group G, then G is called an internal direct product of h1, h2, hn. If each hi is normal in G, G is the product of these n groups, and hi intersection with h1, h2, hi minus 1, then leaving the hi, and then hi plus 1 up to hn. So this product is the product of all the subgroups except the hi one, and its intersection with hi is 1. Then we say that G is the internal direct product of these n subgroups. If we write the operation additively, then h1 cross h2 is written by this expression and is called the direct sum of h1 and h2. We read this symbol as direct sum.